I'm here with Abhishek Ranade, who's the Managing Director EMEA for Media, Entertainment and Sports Business at Tata Communications. Good evening, Abhishek.
Hey, good evening, Joe. Thank you for having me here.
It's a pleasure. Now, hot news, big news. Tata recently completed the acquisition of the Switch. What can you tell us about the thinking behind that move?
Absolutely, and it is an exciting time for us. I think Switch adds a lot of capabilities to Tata Communications Media Services portfolio of services as well. So if you start with the Switch and Tata Communications, both have complementary network capabilities. So we have got the global reach and the largest broadcast video network in the world. We connect content sources and content destinations. Switch does that in the US. So we have got now extensive reach in the US. We connect 200 plus sites in the US. Overall, our broadcaster reach goes to about 800 in the world. We also connect a lot of content sources like stadiums, venues, playout centers, production centers as well. So these are complementary things that we get from the Switch. But at the same time, we expand our network. That's the main point. The second main reason is we go into content production, creating content. One of the strategies that we are pursuing as Tata Communications is also to actually go towards the source of the content, whether it's fixed linear played out content as a TV channel or produced content for sports. We want to be involved and we want to be doing those services. So Switch actually gives us an entry into content creation, and that's very exciting for us.
And are there any details that you can share at this early stage about any joint offerings that will be coming forward?
Absolutely. So, for our European customers, this opens a plethora of services. So any American content with the Switch, a lot of content, sports content, and any fixed linear content. Basically, we will be one of the world's largest carrier of content. So any American content or any global content that the European customers needs will be available on our network. So that's the first service that we can now offer as a result of the Switch. The content on our network has literally exploded. There's a lot of content now available on our network. The second thing that we can do is American sports and sending American sports back to our European, Asian, and Indian customers. So they can be easily made available. So right from on-the-track services, field services, to contribution to a remote gallery, doing a bespoke show can happen. For example, if you look at the Italian and the German markets, they consume a lot of American content. So this can be very easily made available to them through the Switch network. The third is production and studio positions. Like we are investing, this is an exciting announcement as well, like we are investing in a large studio and remote production facility on the West Coast near Hollywood in Los Angeles. And will be basically able to offer studio positions to our global customers, broadcasters who don't want to invest in permanent studio positions can now buy studio positions from us on an occasional use basis. So basically pay by the hour, pay by the day basis. I think this is something exciting. Plus, if you want to do a major sports production in the US, this is something that they can do with us in the new facility. And plus, I think the Switch's Mimic cloud platform complements Tata's existing cloud platform. We already have 37 dense server clusters around the world. They will complement. The Mimic server clusters will add to ours, and we will expand our cloud footprint. So we'll be able to run cloud workloads more locally as well. For example, interestingly, with the Switch, we get some cloud presence in the Middle East. So we'll run some nodes in Jeddah, for example, as well. So the cloud presence expands as well. We'll be able to do cloud production and spin up cloud workloads more locally than before.
So there's obviously a short-term benefit, but a long-term strategy that you have in place by the sound of it. I mean, Tata's also working with a number of sports brands to power their digital transformation. Can you tell us about the work you're doing there?
Absolutely, and I think today if you open the technical proverbial bonnet of any sports organization or any sport as such, basically you'll find Tata Communications doing something there. Either it's content transmission from the venues back to a remote gallery, or content distribution to the rights holding broadcasters, or adding value to the content, like for example adding graphic overlays, audio overlays, doing remote commentaries in the cloud, or doing remote production. So we do we do these services for almost all sports, whether it's golf, tennis, cricket, almost all of the motorsports, now the American sports with the Switch as well. So I think that's what we do for them. We are also going one step ahead and disrupting our own services on the fiber services. So over the last 2 years, we have invested a lot of our capital and manpower and resources in building out our cloud story that involves deterministic transmission of videos on public internet. How can you do? How can you transmit, or how can you contribute a large amount of video to a remote gallery, say under 100 milliseconds from anywhere in the world through public internet, not through fiber? Right. And then how can you create that TV show anywhere, but also in a server or also in the cloud, basically, with your talent geographically spread out. So having your producers, directors maybe sitting in Los Angeles, in Hollywood, whereas your editors sitting in Hong Kong. How can you bring them all together, the best of talent, and create a fantastic TV show? So that we have done in the last 2 years, and that is something that we'll be doing for sporting federations going forward as well.
Okay. And this week we're here tonight, day before IBC starts. What can visitors to your booth at IBC expect to see, and what do you want them to see?
Well, this is a very exciting IBC for us, Joe, because both Switch and Tata Communications come together as the real powerhouse in broadcast technical services provision and display their wares, basically. So we'll have a full range of cloud services applications on display, our cloud production Mimic stack, our cloud editing, monitoring in a box solutions, our stream manager solutions where we can drag and drop and send streams to anywhere in the world, orchestration solutions where customers can take advantage of the orchestration layer, not just provide a brick and mortar service, but also give them advanced capability to manage those services. So these all will be on display. We'll be talking a lot about our expanding broadcast footprint. Although we are investing in cloud, we have not stopped our broadcast networking, core networking rollout. It remains our DNA, it will remain our DNA as well. We will be talking about new locations that are coming up. We'll be investing in about 20-30 new locations from a broadcaster connectivity point of view. So we'll be talking about that. We will also display some production technology in the cloud and on-prem. We'll be talking about our new facility here as well. Last but not the least, there is an exciting, again, Tata is constantly building new products and services. So a couple of months ago, we launched a new at the venue, event-based fan engagement infrastructure solutions. The objective is to connect and provide connectivity and compute power available to every person or machine, man or machine, at a sporting venue. So typically what happens is, if 50,000 people turn up at a sporting event, your mobile connectivity dies and you're not able, sporting organizations are not able to use their applications, fans can't access content. So we are changing that by providing private 5G Wi-Fi based solutions and an entire fabric of event day fan engagement solutions. So we'll be definitely talking about these solutions at this IBC.
Well, it sounds like you're going to have a busy time on your hands.
Absolutely.
Abhishek, thank you very much. Have a great IBC.
Thank you very much, Joe. Thank you for having me again. Thank you. Cheers.
It's a pleasure.